Howdy people. Okay, today I've got one that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's been around for a couple of seasons and I just haven't actually just got my hands on it. It's a death spiral. It's a Jim Duffy bred pod, but it's actually from Terry Smith, who originally crossed the Naga with the BBG. It's quite a big pod too, man. I got the biggest one that was there. Thanks very much, Phil, again. Your pods have been incredible. From what I gather, Jim grew it out from the Naga BBG and until he got this fantastic variety. Hasn't really got a smell to it. Unlike the BBG Frankenstein, which I could almost smell from over here. I mean, it was just yesterday's or the last pod was just incredible smell. This one, almost nothing. It's got a faint whiff of the same sort of smell, which I imagine would be coming from the BBG, but yeah, it's almost got a fruitier smell than the BBG did, but it's extremely faint. Okay. I know this one's hot. Didn't have a seed cluster in it, but it did have quite a few seeds going down it. A little bit thicker skin than I thought it was going to be. Definitely a fruity taste on my tongue, like a ripe stone fruit sort of thing, you know, or a really ripe fruit sort of taste to it. Really pleasant on the tongue too. It's just starting to pick up a little bit in heat. Back of the throat's okay. Top of the back of the tongue it's just starting on. Yeah, it's been a couple of years out. I've seen it. I've seen seeds for it. I've seen other people review it. Just haven't, you know, in all the different pods and varieties that are out there, I just hadn't come across it yet. Tip of my tongue's starting to pick up a little bit. Flavour is still right there. It's you know, and it's interesting how it smelt is exactly how it tastes as well, which is very different from the BBG Frankenstein. Whenever I have a nice big pod, swallowing it, you always get it. It seems to, you know, really whack the back of the throat, but this one's not too bad yet. And I say yet. I love the shape of them. Really cool shape. I've got devil's brains that can look similar to it. My devil's brains haven't been as big this season. And very different flavour as well. I'd say devil's brain is sweeter, less fruity. Just starting to pick up on the top of the tongue. And a little bit under the front of my tongue. I don't usually get it there either, but nothing on my lips. Back of the throat's okay. Top of the back of the tongue's just starting to light up. A little bit of drool. I mean, I knew it was going to be a hot one. 7-pot BBG crossed with a Naga, which is what it basically is before Jim developed it. Really nice pod, really nice. You know, it's really hot, but I'd say something like a salad would be okay. Definitely on top of my pizza. I'd love it on my pizza. It's just got that little sweetness. Look, everyone knows I'm a fan of pineapple on pizza, like it or hate it, and I just think it would go really well with that sort of thing. Barbecue chicken Hawaiian with this sliced up on it, fantastic. It's not tracking down. Not yet. you know, the size of these was big enough that, you know, even bigger than my jalapenos I'm growing this year, and I've been making poppers with them. You know, for me, I like them hot like this. Poppers, you know, cheese and bacon, breadcrumbs, that sort of thing. They'd make really, really cool poppers. Yeah, I'm really loving this pod. You know, these, albeit very different to the yellows, but these are my sort of favourite as well. I know I always say, you know, I really love a pod and that sort of thing, but it's hard to say top 5 or top 10 when you've got about 50 in your top 5. Top of the tongue's really hot, and it's more of that prickly sort of heat. It's not like a scalded burn. Got a little bit on the roof of my mouth, which I don't usually get either. So it's a little bit under the front of the tongue, which at the tip, which I normally don't get. But back of the throat's been okay. Usually a big pod like that, when it scrapes its way down the back of your throat, you know, gets it everywhere on the back of your throat. But to be honest, it's not really attacking that part. All right, heat out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, easy. Not the worst thing I've had this season for sure, but it's definitely hot, and it's in different places as well. It's a different type of burn. You know, so I've had plenty of nagas which really attack the back of the throat, and this isn't doing that at all. 7-pot Infinity that I had, absolute coal in the back of the throat. It's not doing that. It's very front of mouth. Again, Phil, thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate the pods. You know, your plants this year have just been outstanding, unbelievable. You know, fantastic. Thanks again. All right, 8.5 out of 10 heat. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. I'll catch you later.